Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to April. On March 29th, the month starts off with the concentration of energy and focus on your 5th Pisces house and your 6th Aries house. Neptune just entered Aries at 0 degrees, which represents the Fool card in the tarot, and it's the degree of new beginnings, and that happened on March 31st. There was a beautiful new moon solar eclipse in the 6th house of health, work, pets, and the day-to-day routines at 9 degrees, and the portal of energy remains 6 to 8 weeks before and after the eclipse. It's felt the strongest during that time, and then culminating within 6 months by the time of the Aries full moon, October 6th at 14 degrees. This powerful eclipse was in a wide sextile with the planet of transformation, Pluto and Aquarius, from your 4th house of home and family, helping you transform a dream or a goal or set it in motion to see some kind of fruition in the next several weeks or by the time of the full moon in October. This could be a healing change, especially since you still have Chiron, the wounded healer, in your 6th Aries house around your identity, creating a new identity in the work place and career. And this can emerge over the next 6 months, especially because Saturn will conjoin Neptune in the 6th house by the end of May, indicating a serious new job or one that comes with, maybe heavy new responsibilities, a big title, and people that you maybe have to oversee, or hiring people who work for you. You could also be doing a new diet and physical fitness regime to build your body's strength up with Saturn moving here. For women, it can literally be building up your bone strength, but also for men too. Saturn builds and it has to deal with structures, so there's that. Maybe with Pluto in the 4th, you are trying to build a business or work from home with the eclipse in the 6th. Maybe a health matter came to light and you realize you can't work the way that you used to, or in like the brick and mortar office building, and you need to be working from home so you can take better care of your mental and physical well-being. And over the next few months, you may be setting up a home office or developing a business to work from home. Just as a few examples, you can hear more about this eclipse by clicking in the description box down below. I'll have that linked specifically for your sign. April 8th through April 30th, Mercury goes direct in Pisces at 26 degrees, showing a slow, Mercury, sweet little Mercury is a little tired, hasn't had his coffee yet, but now forward momentum in the 5th house matters, and issues around your love partner, romance, meeting a new love, your children, having fun, creative projects, self-expression, creative business, sports, winning from speculative gains, just to name a few. If you had anything at a standstill there, you can start to see progress now in this area, but also having to do with 8th house matters, like your taxes. For example, you could be working on those now. It's tax season. With an accountant, shared resources, investments, your stocks and bonds. You could be dealing with deep topics like death and rebirth and seeing progress with that. It's where we process our secrets and our trauma, but it's also where we're able to come and transform like a phoenix from the ash. Mercury also rules Virgo, the 11th house of good luck, internet, large social groups, and networking and lottery wins. So you can see progress there. Don't sign any contracts if you can wait until Mercury is out of shadow by April 26th. Uranus is in Taurus in the 7th house of your serious committed partnership in business or love and marketplace, and is sextiling the stellium in Pisces in the 5th. Right now in the 5th, you have this like really faded once in a lifetime concentration of energy. There's Venus, the North Node, Saturn, and Neptune. Even though they're getting ready to leave, they're still here. And Mercury and Neptune moved into Aries in the 6th at 0 degrees on March 31st. But again, it's still in conjunction with these late degree Pisces points and planets. There could definitely be a faded love story here for sure, or a faded child coming into the picture. And that may be, the Pluto 4th house showing a life-changing event within the home. It can also be a romantic interest becoming more serious and leveling up to that serious 7th house of commitment, where you deeply commit to a relationship. And then the following house is the 8th, where we start to share resources with that person. You can also be moving forward with creative projects, written projects, anything to do with film, fantasy, music, art, theater. This is an area of fate and an area that should be in focus, because there can be very good luck here. There could be good luck in finding an agent or even someone to help you, and they can show up in a surprising, sudden, or unique way with Uranus in that 7th house of close partners and business or love, making a sextile to the stellium in Pisces in the 5th. On April 12th, the full moon in Libra happens at 23 degrees in your 12th house of surrender, past lives, addiction, seclusion, subconscious patterning, downloads, healing, dream worlds. The 12th house covers foreign shores, foreign money, large ocean animals fall here, charitable organizations, prisons and ashrams, to name a few. And then we have the this moon being trined by Jupiter and Gemini in your 8th house of death and rebirth, secrets and magic. And money that we don't earn, but we receive chunky money in that 8th house, like tax rebates, loans, returns on investments, shared money comes into the picture when we get married and we share that money with a partner. And this is affecting you most for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising from 19 to 28 degrees. Let's see. But there is like a funky inconjunct with the stellium in Pisces and then Taurus from the 7th. I'm not saying that this is bad at all. It's just an inconjunct is like an awkward energy. It's 150 degrees apart. And it's just usually just more of like a weird, or you're trying to reconcile energies that don't normally like flow together. The moon rules your 9th higher house of education, Ivy League college, philosophy, legal settlements, lawyers, doctors, foreign language. Maybe you are having like a deep need for rest after a period of intense work. I know you work hard, Scorpio, and it might even be you worked yourself sick, or an enforced period of rest is due to a health issue showing up at this full moon. Something can be revealed around your health, children, or a love interest, because Venus is the depositor of this full moon and rules your 12th, but also the 5th house of children and romantic interests. Mars is in the 10th, opposing Pluto in the 4th at the same time. It really could be a family issue revealed at this time, but I don't think it would be a shock for you, as you have already had to deal with this opposition since last fall in November and then again in January. And this will be the 3rd and final time until Mars goes back into Leo, I think April 2026, but I could be wrong about that. I'll have to check the ephemeris. You'll be equipped to handle whatever comes up though, Scorpio. You've already dealt with this, so don't be afraid. And you're Scorpio, you're not afraid of anything, right? You and Aries. It could also just be like a power struggle between something going on at home, partner at home, the 10th house of career, and there's this massive, powerhouse planets, Mars and Pluto, like building this pressure of like you have to achieve and conquer something in this, 10th house of career, but then there's the struggle at home and your partner could be dealing with it because Uranus rules Aquarius where Pluto is sitting, and Uranus is in the 7th house of Sirius partner, so maybe it's this partner. Jupiter is pinging support in a trine to this 4th house from the 8th, and then trining over to the full moon in the 12th, forming kind of like a grand air trine between the moon and, why am I saying Pluto? Not really. Jupiter is kind of far apart, from Pluto. But anyway, there is an air kind of trine, though, between 4th, 8th, 12th. These are moksha, or what we call liberation houses. They're the most intense houses in our charts. They're water houses in the natural zodiac wheel, where we store a lot of emotion, a lot of pain, where we can break ancestral patterning or even past life patterning. There can be a transformation and release around a difficult family story, love story, especially if there has been a period of therapy. Maybe there's been a healing is emerging at this time. On an alternative note, family therapy, couples counseling. If there hasn't been, Jupiter, if there hasn't been healing prior to this, Jupiter is here trying to lend a hand, and maybe a trusted healer comes into the picture as a go-between who can help you see things from everyone's perspective and not just your own. Jupiter rules the 9th house naturally, and the 9th is where we get like a detached bird's eye view in life and circumstance. The 3rd house is where we have that monkey mind, day-to-day living and day-to-day thoughts, and we can't always see the higher perspective, but the 9th house is here showing you can. Pluto is also sextiling Neptune, showing like a healing spiritual bend to this whole situation, and it can affect your health, but in a good way. Emotional issues can absolutely affect our health, so lean into the positive aspects that are happening at this time. And also Pluto rules you and is making a sextile, to Neptune. So yeah, I think that's all for now about that. Okay. April 13th, Venus goes direct in Pisces, 24 degrees. Venus is exalted in Pisces in the 5th house at the Pisces degree. You can start to make plans or move forward and create creative business. See your children start to have progress. This is coming right off the heels of that full moon. Artistic or creative projects, a more spiritual office space in the home if you work from home. Having happier times emerge now, or more loving times with your children or your lover, especially as Venus rules your 7th house in your 12th house of seclusion, but she's sitting over here in your 5th. So you and a partner may take a much needed break to go spend some time together, like an Airbnb, maybe a place with like a hot tub, as we have Neptune involved too. April 19th through June 18th, Mars, your ruler, is fully awake as he goes into Leo, leaving your watery 9th Cancer house, where he spent a lot of time due to the retrograde, and I don't think that was always so easy at times, but now moving into the 10th, and also Mars can be exalted in the 10th house, because in the natural zodiac wheel, Capricorn rules the 10th, and Mars is exalted in Capricorn in that 10th. And also Mars is happier in this Leo energy, fire energy, where he can loosen the watery restraints of being in Cancer and start to move forward through career. Mars also rules your first body of, self and how the world sees you, but also your 6th house of health, diet, your physical well-being, day-to-day work, pets, people you hire, also rental income, and our enemies fall here too. So you can start to see progress if things have been at a standstill in those areas or in the past few months, or if there have been difficulties, you can start to see a resolution. Winning over enemies and competition can happen. Mars is trining Venus until the first week of June. First, it will be Mars and Cancer in the 9th house, trining over to Venus and Pisces in that 5th. And you could have met somebody while traveling. And then the true lovers will race through the skies and move into your Aries 6th house and your Leo 10th. So this could look like a fun trip, long distance with your children or your love interest. You could be traveling and meeting a significant love with the stellium of fate and past lives in the 5th. It can also be, if you're not looking for love, a creative venture, a film or music project, for example. And it's something that you're trying to bring maybe to a foreign audience, with the 9th house being highlighted. And then when they shift to Aries and Leo, it could be love at work or meeting love through work. Venus in the 6th, training up to Mars in the 10th. Or alternatively, it could be you're just more popular and appealing with this aspect. You have more energy for work, more public appeal and magnetism, which be a good time to launch or create a project, apply for a job, for expressing yourself. You can also pull in more money and opportunities to you with this aspect as well, magnetizing it to you. It's pretty nice, Scorpio, and it's with you all the way until that first week of June, so use it or lose it, April 20th through May 20th, Sun moves into Taurus, your 7th house, highlighting all things to do with a significant partnership in business or love or marketplace. It also rules contracts, the 7th house. This is signifying a period of career opportunities for a partner if this isn't for you, or maybe they are the ones receiving positive attention or recognition or even fame at this time, because the Sun rules Leo, Leo rules fame. And they could be receiving this, due to the Sun ruling the 10th house, going over into the 7th of your partner. April 27th, we have the new moon in Taurus at 7 degrees in your 7th house. It's felt most for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising from 4 to 12 degrees. And you could be looking at new beginnings here, or it could be your partner looking at new beginnings. They could be the ones dealing with this Pluto-Mars opposition as it pings right over to them into the 7th house, because this new moon is receiving a square from Mars and Pluto. So it's creating almost like this triangle of stress. They could be dealing with a power struggle as they're trying to make fresh starts in their lives. Hopefully the struggle isn't with you, but it can be, because Pluto is here in the 4th house, so home and family. The planet to look to is Venus. She is the ruler of this moon, and she is the ruler of your partnership house, and she's trining over to Mars in the 10th from the edge of your 5th of love and romance and creativity, and the edge of your 6th house of work and health and day-to-day life. Maybe they were struggling to accomplish something here, or creatively, Venus at the edge of the 5th, and they are dealing with some kind of power struggle and breaking past a barrier in creativity and career, or wanting to do something more creative to leave a humdrum, mundane career behind. It can be a very painful, kind of birthing process of trying to bring something new into their life and career-wise. Perhaps they're wanting to work from home. Pluto in the 4th is sextiling Venus at the same time. So there is the opportunity for a healing story to emerge with your partner, for your partner, or your children. And it can happen in a smooth way with the sextile. So we look to, when we see hard things going on at the time of, a planetary aspect, you want to look to the planet that is being beneficially aspected. Okay. And in this case, Pluto is getting some love from Venus here. Your partner can also Venus is touching Mars. So, she's the one to look to. And where is Venus? Again, Venus is sitting at the very edge of your 5th house of children, fun, luck, creativity, and also at the beginning of your 6th house of work and day-to-day life. Your partner can find the way through this difficulty, through this creative process or project. Last but not least, it could be you and a partner disagreeing about a career change that maybe you want to make, or with Mars burning through your career house, home may suddenly come up and need your attention, but you're away at work. Maybe you're traveling and working hard, and that's where the struggle is. Again, I do think it's with a partner, though, because Pluto rules you, but it's sitting over in the 4th house. Remember to tap into Venus, and then, Pluto squaring up to your partner house. Remember to tap into Venus and your ruler Mars, okay, for the help. Maybe if you can, take your partner away on a quick trip, and you can maybe balance work and play, and it can alleviate some of this issue going on here. Or maybe even a fun date night, Maybe you are able to help this partner bring their creative process out to the public. Maybe you're the key, or the connection. Alternatively, or it's your personal project that's being highlighted now. Just remember that these difficulties don't last forever. This is not new energy for you, Scorpio. This has already happened twice before. I mentioned earlier, with Mars moving, your ruler moving, quickly, direct in that 10th house. This is going to kind of breeze right by. I really do think it will pass quickly. And just remember this Latin phrase that I love, per aspera ad astra, is through hardships to the stars. Okay, we will see you in May.